Hello! If you've been watching my channel for a while, then you will know that I have many book box subscriptions, and regardless of the fact that I've had them for some time, I still struggle to say that phrase, but I have had the book box subscriptions for quite a while. I subscribed to the fairyloot box, which is now the fairyloot YA box, but was the only box they did at the time in November of 2018. I then, when they released the adult box, I signed up to that. I also have the illumicrate box and the illumicrate afterlight box, and then this year the Year of the Sanderson as well. So quite a lot of boxes, and for quite a long time I've really enjoyed getting all of those, but the time has come for various reasons for me to cut back, and so I have cancelled my fairyloot YA subscription, so you won't be seeing any more unboxings of that here. I am keeping my fairyloot adult book, so if I do book hauls then you'll see those books there, but I'm not going to be doing dedicated videos for that. I have cancelled my illumicrate afterlight subscription, and I have made a request for a swap to the illumicrate book only option for their regular box, which isn't going to take effect immediately because I have to basically go on the wait list for that, but it should be September, October kind of time is when I will swap. But I probably won't be posting any more unboxings on my channel from now on, and since that has been a staple on my channel for basically nearly 5 years now, that's wild, but that's how long I've been here and making content and doing these unboxings. I thought that I would talk to you about my reasons why I have cancelled all of these subscriptions. So it goes without saying that part of this is financial. As I mentioned, there were 4 things that I was subscribed to. It's a big financial commitment every month, and I also have taken up skating quite a lot, and that can be quite an expensive hobby as well. So something had to give financially, and for a lot of these other reasons that I'm about to discuss, it was the fairyloot YA box, the afterlight box, and the stuff in the illumicrate box that had to pay the price, as it were, or quite literally. So that is naturally a part of it, but I wanted to mainly discuss with you my other reasons for this. So if you've been watching my channel more recently, and I know I haven't been posting super often, but in the videos where I have posted this year, I've mentioned quite a lot how I have been falling out of love with YA books recently, and that my tastes at the moment are veering more towards adult, epic fantasy, generally older works, and things that are less talked about and less popular. I'll start with the fairyloot box. So with the fairyloot box, I have been getting it, as I said, since November 2018, and to a certain extent quite recently a lot of that has been FOMO because I didn't want to miss out on all of these beautiful editions, and fairyloot do some incredible editions, so do illumicrate, we'll come back to that. But behind me are my to be read shelves, and I have one not even full shelf of adult paperbacks versus 5 full shelves of, albeit half shelves. So I probably have at least, if not more, twice as many paperback YA books as I have paperback adult books, and ditto with, I mean, I think adult and young adult hardbacks are about even, but the point is I'm not reading as much YA right now, and every month I'm adding at least one YA book to my shelves through my fairyloot YA subscription, and I'm just not getting to them. And what I've realised is that people are reselling a lot more readily these days. So I looked at the books that have come out from fairyloot YA this year, and really the only one that there were 2 that I was particularly interested in and probably would have got anyway, which are, oh actually it's just one because the other one was an illumicrate book, Divine Rivals. And honestly I'm not even that bothered about having that special edition, but if I did really want a fairyloot special edition of a YA book, chances are I could pick it up from Vinted or something. And besides that, Waterstones are getting really, really good with their special editions now. So if I want a special edition of a YA book, I can probably just get the fairyloot one. And you can only skip up to 4 boxes a year with fairyloot. So, and per subscription. So just in terms of the books that were coming, it wasn't worth me continuing to receive these YA books. The other thing about it is that I don't need all of the stuff that I've been getting, and I have mostly over the course of this year been trying to swap some of my daily practices to more sustainable options. So whenever I'm buying new clothes, for example, if I need more clothes, which I have needed a little bit this year because my sizes have been changing a bit, I'm buying from either Lucy&Yak, which is a sustainable brand that I trust, or I've been buying secondhand from Vinted. So that's one change I'm doing. I've started using a local zero waste food shop for the essentials, so things like I eat oats every day. Either I have porridge or granola. I've actually got some granola cooking in the oven right now as we speak, and I'm buying those things from a zero waste shop. So I am trying to be more sustainable in my consumption of things in this world, and I'm not very good at it. I've still got a long way to go, but this was one step that I could take, and I was already considering cancelling these subscriptions anyway. And then I just thought, actually, all of this stuff is probably not manufactured ethically. Nothing against Illumicrate and Fairyloot, but it's just not possible that they are making a profit if all of these things are being produced ethically. So that factored into why I decided to cancel my Fairyloot YA subscription, and also why I decided to swap to book only from Illumicrate. So with Illumicrate, they have a mixture of books, and so I feel fairly comfortable keeping the book element of that subscription, because more often than not the books are adult leaning, or if it's something I'm really not interested in, I can skip, and Illumicrate doesn't have a limit at the moment on how many books or boxes you can skip. So I am sticking with that, but I did decide to cancel my Afterlight subscription. I originally signed up for that one because I thought that it would be fun to have some special editions of romance books, but I think I've realised that actually I just don't feel the need to collect physical editions of romance books. And actually so they've started doing them every other month now, so we're in August, which means that they have done 3 books so far this year, or is it 4? I'm not sure actually. Either way, out of all of the books that they've done this year, I've skipped most of them. I only got the True Love Experiment, and everything else I've skipped. So clearly there's just no point in me continuing to have that subscription, and that subscription also did have items in it. So it's partially financial, it's partially because particularly the YA books, but also the romance books, were starting to build up on my shelves and just not getting read. Less so with the romance. I do still read those, but I just don't feel the need to have a physical copy of them, because I virtually never immersion read a romance book, so I'm just not so bothered about collecting those. And in terms of the YA books, they're just not getting read. There's already so many of them on my shelves, and I'm getting to them less and less as time goes on. And on top of the accumulation of books that I'm just not reading, I was also accumulating stuff that I am not using and that I don't feel is necessary for me to continue to consume, and you know, the environmental impact of all of that, plus the shipping of all of these things. So this is not an attack on anyone who does have these subscriptions. I've had them for 5 years. I am not judging you whatsoever. I'm just saying these are my reasons why I am not continuing with all of my subscriptions anymore, why I'm cutting back, why I'm cancelling some altogether. and I've really enjoyed receiving my boxes over the years, but the time came for a change, and so I thought that I would give this little insight into that. If you have any thoughts on this particular subject, then feel free to let me know down in the comments section. Feel free to discuss, ask any questions that you have. Yeah, so that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like this from me, then do think about hitting that subscribe button, and I hope to see you here again soon. Thanks. Bye.